So you are trying to do OMAD or intermittent fasting, and you're wondering, what can I drink that won't break my fast? Well, I'm here to help. I have some great suggestions about what you can drink, about what you can't drink, and I've even put some links in the descriptions for products and hacks that I think are going to help you out while you're in your fasting window. So the thing is, when you're fasting, what you're trying to avoid is anything that's going to spike your blood sugar or create an insulin response, a hormonal insulin response. And that is typically anything that has calories, particularly things that have sugar, but generally it's any calories. That would be calories from fat, calories from protein, or calories from carbohydrate. So as a rule of thumb, you want to consume 0 calories while you're fasted. But you got to keep drinking fluids, right? The most obvious thing to drink straight off the bat is water. Plenty of water. Don't be afraid of water. Some people say that if you drink too much water, you know there's a risk that you will overhydrate, and there's some symptoms associated with that. But that's in extreme circumstances. You'd literally need to be guzzling and guzzling and guzzling water all day. Everything can be poisonous to you. It's just about the dose. So just don't overdose on water is the key. But drink water all day. Some other ideas is maybe drink warm water, drink cold water, obviously, drink cold water with ice. Changing the temperature of water, I think, can change how satisfying it is when you drink it. So certainly experiment with different temperatures of water that might suit you. The second thing that I think you can drink and go completely hard at is coffee. I drink heaps of coffee throughout the day. It not only am I probably addicted to the caffeine, but it keeps me going, and it also helps me resist hunger and cravings a little bit just by having something that's not water. The thing is, though, as I said before, you can't put anything with calories in it. So that would be no milk, no almond milk, no sugar, no traditional sugar, no honey, anything that's got calories. When I say traditional sugar, one of the big products that I use a lot is calorie-free sweetener. I go for like a stevia option. There are other sweeteners containing products called aspartame. A lot of people say to avoid that. It has problems around inflammation, and there's some other sort of risk factors associated with it. So certainly if you're going to have coffee, only sweeten it with stevia. You can buy it granulated, you can buy it in packets, you can get it just about anywhere these days. So look out for that. The other thing that I use and have found recently, and I've got a link in the description below for this, I'm not affiliated with this product, but I did find it on Amazon to make it easier for you about where to get it. It's called, let me see if I can get that on screen, Skinny Syrups by Jordan's. And this one is butter pecan syrup, right? So this is as it says there, a 0 calorie, can I get a 0 sugar, 0 carb sweetener. Now, I add this to my black coffee, and I've been adding it recently. You can see I've used a little bit of that bottle. My wife picked this up at the store knowing that I'm doing fast and I need 0 calories. And she said, hey, why don't we try this? It's delicious. Let me tell you, this is really a game changer. It's helped me drink black coffee, and I haven't been using sweetener with it. I've just been using this syrup. The bottle says there's 25 2 tablespoon servings in here, and each serving would be 0 calories. It's just an artificial sweetener. I believe it's sucralose sweetener. But trust me, if you're drinking 2 tablespoons of this, you will get knocked on your ass because it is so sweet. Knocked on your ass, as I would say. I literally use about half a teaspoon, and I reckon that would last you maybe 6 months at the rate I use it. Is so sweet, but it definitely helps you as an alternative to something to sweeten your coffee with. The other thing people you can drink is tea. Just have black teas, regular teas, your old English breakfast. If tea's a bit bland for you, try green tea. This is peach and ginger sweetened tea. So there are a whole bunch of herbal teas out there that you can get, and you just want to make sure it's not sweetened with anything. It contains 0 calories, which is great. One of the tips I would say is avoid anything that's powdered. Use tea that's from a tea bag with herbal teas or any kind of teas. Then you've generally got a better chance that it hasn't got any kind of sugar or carbs or sweetener added to it. If it's a powdered form of tea and you've got to mix that in, you're probably having a risk there that there's been some sort of carbs or sugars introduced to that. So look for stuff that's unsweetened. Now, sweet tea and iced tea is a no-no, okay? So don't get tea from tea bags used with sweetened iced tea, which is something that I wasn't exposed to in Asia Pacific, but when I got to North America, everyone drinks friggin' iced tea and even hard iced tea, and it is just full of sugar. So watch out for that stuff. But yeah, tea is a great option if you're not a coffee drinker, and you can get decaffeinated versions of both tea and coffee. So it's a no-brainer. So The other product that I like, again, I'm not affiliated with Element. I just purchased this stuff on Amazon. Again, a link in the description below so that you can access it without having to go look for it. You get 12 sticks of Element. They basically are electrolyte uh, substances that you can put in, or electrolyte powders that you can add to your water, and that helps boost your electrolyte levels. And they have some really cool flavors. Here I've got citrus salt, raspberry salt, orange salt, watermelon salt, obviously electrolyte salt based. Flavor wise, they're really interesting. They do kind of taste salty, which is a bit confronting, but there are a bunch of other flavors I got as well. I got one like a mango chili, a chocolate, a few other different varieties. And although it is an interesting taste to get used to, by the time you've had a few sips, you actually feel like drinking the entire jar. Like it's sort of one of those flavors that's a little bit moreish. You kind of go, oh, that's a bit salty. I wasn't expecting it to taste like that, particularly if you've drank Gatorade and those sorts of electrolyte replacements that are very sweet. This has more of a salty flavor, but it does become very satisfying the more you drink it. So, and experiment with the flavors. Like I said, link to Amazon below. But these are great, and I've been adding these both just for something different to drink other than water and coffee, and also for that benefit of having increased my electrolytes. Trying to just see if that makes a difference for me in terms of the way I feel. But Element, great product. Other electrolyte replacements out there: Powerade, Gatorade, Maxim. Most of them you can buy at a 7-Eleven, but again, generally stick to something that's 0 calories, 0 sugars. And then the final thing would be, we all like something fizzy. Well, I certainly do like things that are fizzy. So as far as I'm concerned, during your fasting window, go hard on diet sodas, diet soft drinks, diet cola, anything that's 0 calorie. Again, you're not going to have the insulin spikes or the insulin response to the sweeteners that are in those beverages. But, sweet foods can trigger more cravings. So if you have problems with cravings, maybe avoid sweeter things like soft drinks and like the sweetened teas and the additives for your coffee. I've got a few other videos here related to OMAD and fasting. Make sure you check out my channel. And like I said at the start, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe. It really helps me grow the channel. And leave some comments below. What kind of beverages do you avoid when you're fasting, or do you actually drink when you're fasting, whether or not you believe it breaks your fast?